Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another virtual tour from Lima, Peru. It is a pleasure to have you in today's, well, afternoon, or for me, afternoon, or almost afternoon. For you, maybe it's morning time, maybe it's night time. Welcome to Lima. Also to this different tour I'm doing because I'm used to more doing webinars about history. But in today's occasion, we will be doing, a different tour, more like a sort of like a recorded tour with live commentary of my last adventure to Ballestas Islands. So we're going to learn more about this place, what it is. But first, thank you so much to all my friends who are also sending messages here in the chat. Hola, Catherine. Hola, Marilyn. Hola, Natalie. Thanks for joining. Gracias. Today we will be traveling virtually to a distant region of, of Peru, quite remote also. For many travelers who visit this part of the world, visit my country, they really don't know much about the natural history of Peru. They are more focused in discovering the archaeological history. But today we will be traveling to the south coast of Peru, and to a site that is so inhospitable and also distant from the coast, that has no internet, no possibilities of doing live streams there. Thinking of you, I made a recording of that adventure. I think we are in a good time to begin also. Um, so let's first um, do a little introduction to the site we will be seeing today. So please let me know if you're able to see the image I'm projecting. It should say Ballestas Islands. So this is a little introduction. So please let me know here on the chat if you can see it. Mhm. Uh, Very good. Okay, excellent. Gracias, Natalie. Thank you, thank you. Ballestas Islands is a natural reserve. Is a place with interesting history. Uh, Let me also show you where this site is. Okay. So in this second image, you can see the map of Peru, and highlighted the department of Ica. Also, Peru has 24 departments. These departments are divided in provinces, and the provinces are divided in districts. I live in Lima, Lima department, Lima province, and also close to Lima district. So the red section highlighted in the first map on the left-hand side is the department of Ica. It is located south of Lima, between Lima and Ica's, for example, capital. Uh, we have more or less approximately 350 kilometers distance. That's a very important center of development, agricultural development. The department of Ica, and the capital of Ica is the city of Ica. But we are now going to the department of Pisco. Also, in the image on the right-hand side, you can see the department of Ica subdivided in many they say provinces. No? So we have Chincha, Pisco, Ica, Palpa, and Nazca. 5 provinces. Okay, so we're going to Pisco. Mhm. So in the next image, uh, let's see this one here. So in this part of the country, we have a natural reserve called the Reserva Nacional de Paracas. So it is given the name Paracas, same name of an ancient society, but the society called Paracas was named after a location where these ancient, say, human remains and textiles also that are characteristic of that location were discovered. So that zone is named also Paracas. We also call Paracas a type of strong winds, are the Paracas winds that take place in that location. Later, we're going to talk about that too. Also, this is the National Reserve of Paracas. So Ballestas Islands, which you can see also in the map over there, are not inside the reserve area, but they are sort of like a buffer zone. They are influenced by the reserve, so they are also protected. Also, this reserve is very, very big. We will also be able to understand a bit more about that reserve, its importance also, and it's all a coastal protected area. So the intention of protecting this zone is protecting the marine species of this location, especially aviarian. So terns, seagulls, different kinds of cormorants, penguins also that we have in this location. Mm-hmm. And say one more over here. So you can see also here that the Ballestas Islands are divided in 3 islands. There are 3 islands over there, Ballestas North, Ballestas Center, and Ballestas South. So these islands and all of the islands we have along the coast of Peru, which we're talking about 21 islands in total that we have along the coast of Peru, they belong to an ancient mountain range that is now under the sea. Mm-hmm. So as we also see the video, we will be able to understand also this. So well, and one last over here. Well, this is also what people do when they visit the south of the country. Hola, Arlene, thanks for joining. So usually people travel to Peru via plane when they are international travelers. We also have people coming crossing by bus the borders of the country. The most cross are the north entrance in Tumbes, in the south, Tacna, also people traveling from Chile, for example, and in Bolivia, the limit between, let's say, Bolivia and Puno, almost the sections that are the entrance from Peruvians to La Paz in the Puno, sorry, in the Bolivian territory. And well, that's a section that is also crossed daily by thousands of people. So well, when a traveler is going to see the Ballestas Islands from Lima, first of all, they do it by bus. They have to depart very, very early in the morning. Let's say 6 a.m., for example. And the bus ride takes about 3.5 hours. So the idea is that you can be in Ballestas for a tour at the latest at 9:30, so you can take the second tour in Ballesta. So there are just 2 tours that are scheduled. One is at 8 a.m. In the morning, and the other one is at 10 a.m. in the morning. Why not later? Well, the reason is because the climate in the afternoon there is way too windy. So it's very dangerous, let's say, to take a risk on traveling later, because you could simply not complete the journey. Okay, and from Paracas, from the bay of Paracas, well, people take boats and share pool services. They travel to Ballestas. That's about 40 minutes ride just by boat. They do the tour and they return. So we're talking about 2 hours or more or less of experience. All the places they go to visit are, for example, the oasis of Huacachina in the south for the sandboard boogies, and also the Nazca Lines flight. That is also a highlight. Okay, so I will stop sharing here this one, and I will share now my other video. Okay, very good. So now I want to also share to you all this video. I will be also lowering a little bit the voice because, of course, that's a lot of noise, and I will be using my own commentaries. For moments, I will be raising the voice of the video, so in that way, you can have the idea of probably the sounds surrounding. This is the first time I'm trying this version, let's say, using a video I've done to take you to a place. So if you enjoy it, well, maybe this will be the beginning of something new and something different here in my channel. Okay, so we are starting like this recorded tour in Paracas. This is a little town located in the south coast of Peru. There you can see these tickets that are the ones you should purchase to go to see the Ballestas Islands. So the Ballestas Islands also are protected. They are protected by the CERNAM, which is an institution that takes care of natural places like mountains, for example, like Huascarán, parks, different reservations in the country. So if you're an adult, first of all, you have to pay 5 soles, which is a little bit more than $1, to use the port, this section, to board the boats, the speed boats, and then you have to pay a fee of 3 soles per child. Children are considered from 5 years old until 16 years old, more or less. So, well, if your child looks like, I don't know, like 20 years old when he's 14, you need to show an ID. And now it's very, very common, no? And children that are under 5 years old, well, they have to go carefully, no, because it's very bumpy, the way to the islands. You're going to see that later. And also another thing important is that children under 1 years old, this is a tour not recommended. Okay, it's not recommended for little ones because of the energy, let's say, of the ride, no, and how the bumpiness, no, of this boat ride to the side. Okay, so well, we will now continue also. By the way, I did this trip with my family, with my children, and this was the second time I was doing this with my girls. So well, this is, I think, one of the most important destinations, touristic destinations for locals that we have. Talking about Lima, no? For people from Lima, going to this place is like it's the highlight, no? It's a short distance trip. You don't need to like spend too much money, no? To come to this place. You can take also multiple like bus services for all kinds of budgets. You can take let's say, like luxurious buses. You can take, let's say, more commercial or cheaper buses. And I think that per person from Lima to Paracas in bus ride, you can maybe pay the cheapest fees between 40 to 60 soles. Okay. So that is in US dollars. You can divide easily, like let's say, to understand the value of a dollar, $1 is about 3.6 soles. Mm-hmm. So well, it's a cheap $10, $15 US dollars, the ride. Okay. So well, keep in mind, this is of course not a live tour. So that's why you hear my voice all the time. This is a recorded tour with commentaries. Arlene says, just like the ferries in the North Sea. Yes, very bumpy. That's right. That's right. And look also how many locals are joining this tour, uh, but also lots of tourists. So here you can see the speedboats. These are speedboats with rooftop. mm, and the capacity for these speedboats is about 50%. 50% can fit in there. So the price per person for these tours, and also the competition here is very fair. So all of the licensed guides there and boat services also offer here, they have almost the same price, no? Because they are all neighbors from the same community. They don't want to fight, no, like with price, no. So let's say like a price for a ticket will be around 50 soles per person. But you can also chart the whole boat for about 400 soles. But this is something you have to discuss with the company. No? If let's say if you come with a big group of friends and family, no, you're celebrating something, you can also chart the boat. So capacity 50 people. Um, so well, these are roofed boats. Oh. Some people ask me like, Vanessa, there are many birds flying over you. So what if some birds poop over you? Well, it's very unlikely because we have protection to cover our heads. But also, well, most people bring hats, no? So if you're going to bring hats to an experience like this one, well, you have to hold your hats in the beginning, or try to use the ones that have, I don't know, something like that can fit very well to your head, or have something like around your neck, no, like that can help you to not lose the hat. I've seen many people losing their hats, well, in these travesties. So well, you can see also that a little bit of the geography in that location. We are in the Bay of Paracas. So Paracas Bay is about 20 kilometers. Is a, let's say, a relatively wide bay, and at the end, at the south end of the bay, we have a peninsula, the peninsula of Paracas. No? It's this element, this body that is projecting, no, in direction to the south, no, of in the south of the bay. We have lots of artisanal fishermen, no, that depend on the fishing in this location. And many of these fishermen also participate actively from tourism. So they don't, let's say, have problems with the tour guides or with the touristic activity. Here, people really have been able to bring, like all the community together in peace. So well, sometimes, for example, the fishermen, very early in the morning they go to fish, and then a little bit later they are captains of the boats for tourists. Mhm. So this group that I had this time was a very mixed group, no, like Peruvians, tourists, um, a little bit of the images of the species that you can expect to see here, like for example, no, the Velcher's seagull, no, the humboldt penguin, the pelicans, cormorants. We have the black cormorant, the guanay cormorant, the red-legged cormorant. Those are species that coexist here. The terns, the Inca tern with the beautiful feather in the back of the ear, let's say, at the back of the head. And well, some other species, no? Like for example, the boobies, the Peruvian boobies. Mm? Um, Please let me know if you are still seeing everything, if you have a clear image, if you can also hear me properly. And thanks for also. Okay, gracias, Natalie. Thank you, thank you. Muchas gracias. Everything. Okay, okay, gracias, Arlene. Thank you, dear. So, well, we are seeing also the geography of this location, like seeing it from the sea is fantastic. No, you can see these elevations, no, these forms, and sometimes we have also these merry dolphins coming to say hi to the visitors. So I remember in this part of the recording there were some dolphins jumping, and the dolphins that we have here are the um, we call it in Spanish delfín nariz de botella or bottlenose dolphin. Mhm. Which is, I think, one of the most common dolphins that you can find, not just here in Peru, but in the world, in different places. So there you see the dolphin also, very beautiful species. Everybody got excited, super excited of seeing them, and they are rare to be seen. Now even more, no, rare to be seen during excursions, no. So we were very happy. No? So you can see the dolphins coming up, coming down. It was a family or a group that was all together. There you see another one. uh, um, so well, they are very interesting species. No, they have quite a big brain basically for the size of their body. No, so they are very, very smart as well. And since ancient times, also they were considered to be very special creatures by the ancient people of Peru. Mhm. So there you go with the dolphins. Also, they also are very social species. They hunt together. No, they eat lots of anchovies, anchoveta. And we have huge banks of anchovies here in the Peruvian coast, and that is all thanks to the Humboldt current. So in a moment we're going to talk a bit more about the Humboldt current, but first let's admire the nature of this location. These mountains that are so close to the coast. Uh, Many times I mention to travelers who come to Lima and we talk about geography, that the particularities of the geography of the coast of Peru. First of all, we have a very narrow coast. In some points of the Peruvian coast, the coast is inexistent because we have mountains ending at the ocean, like here, for example. No, so it's really incredible. Soon I will explain a bit more about the nature of this location, the climate here, but we are about to see something fascinating. It's one of the mysteries of this zone, of this location, and it's the famous candelabro. Candelabro. What is candelabro? It's a chandelier. Candelabro. So the image you see there, this geoglyph that you see there, is the most mysterious geoglyph we have in this part of the country. And there are also gigantic geoglyphs, but much southern in the coast of Peru, attributed or associated with a culture called Nazca. If you want to know more about the Nazca people, please don't miss my next event at the end of this week. I will be hosting an event related to archaeology, and especially about the Nazca society. So there are many theories about the origin of this candelabro, this chandelier. One says that it was made by the ancient society Paracas, very close to this location, in the 1920s. An archaeologist, father of Peruvian archaeology, Julio Cesar Tello, discovered different burial zones where this ancient society, that appeared about the year 700 before Christ to 200 after Christ, when they finally disappeared, well, they buried people in that location. So, because it's impossible to date by carbon 14 the rock, we don't know exactly when this image was made. It's a big image. It's 180 meters long. So it's huge. And it is about 60 centimeters deep. So the way how it was made was by removing the superficial layer, making like a, let's say, canal, let's say, and sort of like tattooing this on the surface of the peninsula. So this peninsula doesn't receive winds directly, because it's in a location that is sort of like protected, and that's why the strong winds that are common in this part of the country don't hit this location and don't destroy it. So, of course, the first theory is that it was made by this ancient society, Paracas. The second theory is that well, it was definitely built by an ancient society, but this is more like a marker, like a sort of like a lighthouse, but draw on the soil or the hill, to be seen from the distance. And that even this representation, this is not a chandelier, no, that instead is a representation of a cactus, or a hallucinogenical uh, cactus, named San Pedro, Saint Peter. So definitely, because its location is like facing the ocean, it was supposed to be seen from the sea. So another theory says that pirates draw this. Um, and these theories talk about the colonial times, when we were usually visited by pirates because of the gold of Peru, the gold of the Incas. So, well, we were attacked in several occasions. For example, Francis Drake was here in the Peruvian coast. Jacques Lermite, also another famous pirate who died also in front of the coast of Callao, in an island there. So, well, pirates came. Even also that the liberator, Argentinian liberator Jose de San Martin, also sent his men to draw this image. But that's, of course, the time of the independence. So we don't have any certainty of who made those drawings. But because of the design or the style, how big they are, some specialists believe that they could even be related with the Nazca lines, and that there is a possibility that the same people that made the lines of Nazca made those. So what is the difference between Paracas and Nazca? Well, they are different societies, but it's believed nowadays, with the advances in the technology, in the archaeology, that the Paracas were the ancestors of the Nazcas, because they pretty much occupy a similar territory. Okay, so well, the boat, no, and I think maybe I will try to raise a little bit of the volume so you can feel a bit of the sounds. I don't know if you're able to hear the original sound. Can you hear a bit of the sound there? Not hearing here. Little bit, very little. Yes, it's very little. Well, it's um, I think the spotlight goes on me, so probably it's very little the sound. Um, and you can see also in the distance the islands finally. So I was not able, of course, to record all of the route, the way, no, to the islands. Um, but I wanted to give you an idea of the sensation also in these few minutes, couple of minutes before reaching the islands. No? So it's a complete relaxation, no? In that in that moment, no? When you are just lost in your thoughts and you are hearing the sound of the water. And well, it's really powerful. No, the sound is very powerful. Mm. There's no feeling of dizziness. Some people are afraid of that. So I never experienced when I've taken groups to do this tour like any any feeling of dizziness during these minutes of boat ride. So it's highly recommended for anyone. Okay. In the distance, you can see the island Sangayang that belongs to the reserve of Paracas. That is island you see over there is protected also. Mhm. And remember that Ballestas is divided or has actually naturally three islands. It's conformed by three islands. And what Ballestas means, Ballestas was a weapon used in the colonial times that has the shape of an arch. Mm? It's like a dart thrower, no? It's like it's for to be used for the war. That's a ballestas. So it has conformed by natural arches. Mm. And I will also lower the voice for because I do hear it on my end, but probably you don't hear much of the recording. Oh. So, well, as I said before, uh, sorry, I will remove this here. Um, the characteristic of the islands is that it is conformed by arches. Mhm. And it has an enormous population of birds, but also some mammals like sea lions, which in the distance everybody started to notice all the sea lions because especially of the potent sounds the sea lions make. So they live in huge colonies here in the Ballestas Islands, and for a long time, well, this species was threatened by us humans. Sadly, because well, they love fish, and many fishermen also found them very annoying because they used to come to bite their nets and steal the fish. So there was conflict also with the sea lions, and sea lions are voracious. They eat lots of food, like about 20 kilograms of fish a day. They, of course, need a lot of fish. Whatever you find sea lions, it means that the fish in there is abundant. And that is possible all thanks to the Humboldt current. So the Humboldt current is a current of water that comes from the extreme south of planet Earth, goes along the coast of Chile, the coast of Peru, and returns south in between Peru and Ecuador at the point where Galapagos Islands are. So that's how it goes down. No? So in this location, we have abundant fish thanks to that current. The water is very cold. The depth of this current of Humboldt is about 500 meters. So it's a very deep current, and the width it varies a bit. No, it could be let's say some miles also. No, so it's not really like way too wide. No, once I was able to read that the widest it could get was about 200 kilometers. No? So well, it's a very wide current. No? So you can see also that being this such a cold water, the water is not transparent. Mm? The water is greenish. Don't you see it? No? Hello, hello, my friends. Polly, thanks for being here. Hola, Ned, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining. So this greenish water that is characteristic in the coast of Peru is because of the plankton. We have abundance of plankton, mm, a lot. And this plankton also is the primary food of the fishes, the small fishes, anchovies, for example. And well, this is the food that these animals, these sea lions, enjoy the most. So they eat a lot of food, 20 kilograms of fish per day. We're going to see more sea lions in a moment also. Um, so notice that the islands we are seeing here are islands that are very steep. They have this interesting white color, and that's not because of the rock is white. Who can tell me what is the white color? Anyone can type here in the chat. I just want to know if you've ever been able to travel to places like this when there might be many also around the world. Keep in mind also that the coast of Peru is desert. We don't have much rain in the coast. In Lima, we get only 1 cubic centimeter of rain per year. And here in the south, it gets even more dry. Polly, muy bien. Yes, it is poo. It is guano. We call it guano, and the island is covering it. It's covering guano. So look at all of this, like guano around over the island in every little space. So guano was a very important product for Peruvians. We're going to talk soon also about the guano boom. You're seeing also a sea lion over there. No, that's a sea lion. Sea lions have big dimorphism. So males are very big. They can reach a weight of 400 kilos or kilograms, and females about 150 kilograms, maybe 180 kilograms. Okay, so sea lions love to have many females around them. So they have harems. So pretty much like the Peruvian gentleman also. Like five at the same time. So, well, they are conformed by big families. No? One male always fighting also for keeping his harem, let's say, not losing it to other young males that are always in competition. Mhm. And well, they live all in these caves in the Ballestas section. Mhm. You're seeing also lots of birds. Oh, those are the boobies, Peruvian boobies. Mhm. They have a very interesting beak. They are very, very long and pointy, very, very pointy. Mm. Um, Also notice that they are like walls built on the island. Do you see the walls? See, they are like walls, and those they used to be even higher. Those little fences, lines that you see on top of the island. Those are not natural. They were built. Mm. That is also an interesting highlight in this location. The profile of Christ is how the fishermen have named this image that you see naturally carved in the stone, in the rock by the erosion. The face of Christ, the profile of Christ. Mhm. Also, we have to remember that especially fishermen are very religious people. mm, and they have their own rituals before fishing, after fishing, as a way to thank also for the fishing of the day. And that also takes me back to the ancient pre-Hispanic times, when before going to fishing you had to ask permission to deities, to the Mama Cocha, for example, Mother Sea, to be able uh, to go in, to be allowed in the sea. And guano was also a very important product. Guano, since the pre-Hispanic times, was known by the indigenous people of Peru as a fertilizer. Mhm. There's a little group of vulture seagulls, I think they are. They are standing on the rocks, and you can see also the black mussels under them. So lots of mussels, also food for different species in this location. The seabirds of the islands are fully adapted to live in these conditions. So we don't have rains here in the coast of Peru. Rains are very, very, let's say, few and more like a drizzle. So the rains don't wash down the poop. So these birds nest on the floor. They nest on the holes in the rock. They nest over their poop. Mm. And because we don't have any rain, and the material is stored here, well, it's just you just wait some time, and you're going to have a lot of piles of that poop, of that guano storing. So the walls you see there, the fences you see there, were to hold more guano on the island, and they were made by people, but of course more in recent times, in 19th century, starting in 19th century, to accumulate more poop. So this is a historical space. For example, in the islands is where originally all of these sacks of guano, were stored, like put, and then also put on ships, loaded down on ships. So Peru made a fortune out of guano. So how we were able to discover guano, or the property of guano. You know already that the ancient Peruvians use it. And probably they knew it because they realized that whatever there was poop of deposit, natural poop of the birds, there was plants growing. No? Before guano, ancient societies used anchovies, dry anchovies, as a fertilizer. Mm. Guano later was used as a more potent fertilizer. Look how smart our people were in the ancient times. And the guano is rich in nitrogen, in phosphorus, in potassium, in many different chemicals that reactivate also the soils. In Peru, we still use guano. Most of the guano that is recollected goes to the agriculture in the country, to support the agriculture in the country. But in the in the days when this became a big industry in the 19th century, mid 19th century, most of the guano, let's say 90% of the guano, was for exportation. And the main markets were in Europe and North America, being, for example, the market of Europe, very important, France and England also were the ones that imported the most to their countries, and the United States, of course, in North America. Mhm. So we continue seeing some other sea lions. So this space is not habitated by people. It's a reserve. It belongs to a list of important unprotected islands in the country. As I said before, there are over 20 islands protected. Mm. And well, you cannot swim with the sea lions. It's not allowed. You cannot come and swim here. There are other places in the country, other islands where you can do it, but well, it's still, I mean, not dangerous, but also it's disturbing for the fauna. So if you can avoid to do that, it's even better. So look at them. If you want to see babies, the season for that is January, February. That's the time when we still have lots of warmth here because that's the summer for us in the southern hemisphere. Mm. It's a fun time seeing the babies, which are very little and also they're just learning to swim. Also, this is a pretty season also. Mm. Here you can see a bit more of the rocks. The rocks are like perfect spaces for the birds to nest and also for the sea lions to climb. By the way, what are the differences between sea lions and seals? Some people don't know the differences. So basically, visually, the sea lions have a little bit more like pointy face, and seals are more like roundish. Also, sea lions have little ears that you can see. Seals have just holes. Mm. Mature sea lions, they have a hair. That's why they are called sea lions. So, they have like hair. The males, basically, and also they are a little bit more agile to climb, for example, to go to the rocks. They can climb. They have very potent sort of like arms, so they can go up. You can see, for example, that one. Look how that one is there. So and they go really to the top. They are very very good um, climbing. Mhm. So aren't they cute? Oh, they're very pretty. Uh, so that might be a juvenile, of course. Mm. So well, the poop is everywhere. The guano. Um, so in the best days of the guano boom, we exported about like in 1 year 300,000 tons of guano. And in the period between like 1840 and 1870, which is the time of the guano boom, there were like about 11 million tons of guano. So a lot of guano exported. And 1 kilogram of guano worth about $1 in that time, in the mid 19th century. So the value was, of course, much higher if we compare it to nowadays money. Mhm. So there you go. People taking pictures also with the sea lions, being so close to them in the nature is it cannot be compared to going to a zoo. And I know that zoos many zoos now try to do their best job they can, taking care of animals who cannot go back or be reinserted into nature because they lost their ability or to survive in nature. But well, the way how you see a sea lion in a museum, in a zoo, and here is different. How strong the sounds they do, so energetic. So you see there, I think this is a colony of Peruvian boobies. Those are Peruvian boobies, and they also are very important because they they poop a lot. But if you want to know which one poops the most, is the Guanay cormorant. The Guanay cormorant has white chest and black back. Oh, those are pelicans also. You see a big group of pelicans there flying all together. They are very big. They're one of the biggest birds in the world, capable to fly, and they are very heavy. They are very very heavy. When you see them standing in the ground, they look like creatures that impossible that they can fly. But when they are in the air, they are very agile. hmm So we have like a huge group of birds here in the protected area. No? Thousands, hundreds of thousands of birds that are protected in these natural spaces in the country. There is also a dispute now with especially the big fishing industry, because indeed we have a very rich sea. Pacific is very, very rich, and especially the Humboldt current makes it rich here in this latitude. But everything has a limit. No? If we overfish, if we fish too much, if we take too much anchovies from the sea, we are not leaving any food for these species, for these sea lions, for these birds. And with no birds, no guano. And the guano is not only good for, let's say, us in the agriculture. No, the guano fertilizes back the ocean. So the winds that pass over these islands, they take with them these winds particles of the guano that go back to the sea, and it becomes also food for the plankton, and there later on that plankton for the fish. So it's all connected. We need to be very careful when we break the balance of things. And now we are very happy, in Peru, because we are seeing these paths created between Peru and China, for example. And there's a lot of fishing happening in close to these territories. But we have a protected sea, 200 miles of protected sea. Uh, but now we are seeing that international sorry, big fishing boats, no, or companies, no, are getting into the Peruvian territory and fishing indiscriminatory, no, like any amounts they want, no. So, and they are not fishing like little amounts, huge amounts. No? So, well, there you go. Now, these banks of fishes that also they move constantly, they are not coming back close to the coast for these animals to consume them. Well, look at the piles of poop. That white sand you see there is again guano. Mm? So I know that sometimes that the walls of guano have many meters tall. The highest point also in these islands, they are about, let's say, 200 meters high. So they are very, very high islands. Mm? And there are times in some years when we have people coming to harvest the guano. So the guano is still harvest. The guano is still picked up by the Peruvian government. It's not that, let's say, I go and I want to take some guano to my house. No, this is a protected zone. So the harvesting of the guano is done only under Peruvian regulations and not every year. Well, in the time of the boom of the guano, the recollection of the guano was done every year and constantly. Imagine the amount. Oh, we have here a group of boobies, I think they were. Oh no, those are terns, Inca terns. Oh, that's for the shape they have. So pretty. Um, so well, as I was saying, this well, harvesting of the guano was done without any. Oh, look at the terns. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting myself. They are so pretty. The Inca terns, they have this beautiful long feather that starts close to the eye, to the back of the eye, and goes like a, like a pendant. And in Spanish, their name is zarcillo. Zarcillo is also like a pendant, an earring. So that's why they are called in that way. Mm. So, as I was saying, the guano, this is a structure for also delivering the sacks full of guano. It was done all the time. And that's why also we brought even Chinese workers or coolies to perform this dangerous job. This is a very dangerous activity. It was also, especially in the conditions of the old days, under the conditions of the old days. So, well, now it cannot be done every year. No? It is done only every 5 to 7 years, mm, and only 3 months, during 3 months. Why is not done more often? Because the guano, already, it is not just for our benefit as humans and as nation also to make money from it. The guano is important for all of the species there. And if we take too much of the guano, we break the balance. Hmm? So these sea lions, for example, don't have enough food because this guano becomes the primary food for the microorganisms in the ocean, and that also for the fish. Mm. So we take a bit of the guano, and it is also primarily for the use of the communities in the country, agriculture for done by the indigenous peoples here in the, especially in the Andes of Peru. Mhm. So look at that, how pretty. Mhm. And when the people come to work in the islands, well, they can also be able to witness from a closer view, of course, no, uh, the life of the sea lions, but they do it not in all over the islands. No, the harvesting is done in some locations that are already delimited. Mm. Also, if you have a question, you can also drop some questions here in the chat. Thanks to those that are here with me during this projection. Polly says Wano was a major contributor to the destruction of the Great Plains of America. Oh, really? Because it enabled farming, at least temporarily. Oh, really? The destruction. I didn't know, Polly. Thanks for giving me this piece of information. One also, I know it's extracted from bats. Oh, bats. Uh, the one we use in Peru is exclusively from seabirds. Mm. Also, something I'm noticing here is the that I would like to explain to you is the composition of these walls, no? So you can see like a sediment there that has, it's sort of like in between the rocks, no? It has pebbles, it has like different sediments between these layers of rock. Oh, gracias, Arlene. I'm glad that you're also enjoying it. And well, the strong winds, the winds that are typical also at the beginning of the noon, midday, don't allow also internet in that section, and also for the distance as well. So when I came here, I thought immediately, oh, this is something I would love to share with my friends here on YouTube. So you can see some pelicans over there. And the Peruvian pelicans sometimes are confused with the California pelican or brown pelican from California, for example. Our pelicans are slightly bigger and also a bit more colorful. They have a sac under their beak that it turns a little bit bluish. It's a very pretty bird. You have the boobies, the Peruvian boobies in the upper part, white and black. And the Inca terns also that are standing that are grayish color. Well, some birds are also predators of other birds. For example, the Velcher's seagull tends to eat the eggs of other minor birds. But they live all somehow all in peace in that section. Mm-hmm. You can see also in the distance the peninsula of Paracas. We are doing a bit of like a panoramic view of all of the other islands. So remember that only 3 months every year, and every 5 to 7 years, the guano is recollected. The smell of the guano, if you've never smelled it, is very characteristic, especially of the guano from the islands. It's very strong. I cannot imagine how people were able to work here for months in the old days. But I think eventually you just don't feel it. But it was a very dangerous job. So our coolies are Peruvian Chinese or Chinese immigrants initially that also were the fathers of the Peruvian Chinese or Tusan. We call them Tusan. Are these um, generation, second generation? Many of them come from these immigrants. Oh, look at those beautiful sea lions. Mm. We call them lobo de mar, sea wolf in Spanish, but they are internationally known as sea lions. So look at them; they are quite big, also. Mm. They are all having a good day. And you can be also this close to them sometimes if you're lucky enough, like I was, uh, to see dolphins, which are dolphins are one of my favorite species. Birds are also my favorite in general, and also sea lions. No? And look at that; they are some temperamental. No, they get a really bit feisty, but that's also their way to show, like affection. No? They are very physical. Look at their back, like feet. No, they have nails, so they can scratch. That is very helpful. I would love to have that. Let's say elasticity. When they are all wet, they look very dark. Mm. But when they are more like dry, they are a little bit brownish. So everybody was super excited by seeing this group of this family of sea lions. At the end, for the best shots. So these are the surprises the Ballestas Islands can give you sometimes. Mm. And those lashes, oh my God, I would love to have those lashes. Keep in mind that the males, they are about 400 kilograms. Oh, that's the top. Oh, so they are very, very heavy. Oh, females, they are very small. Big dimorphism between them. And after this little surprise given by Mother Nature, no, in this case would be Mama Cocha, Mother Sea, we return to the coast. So once again, in total, to be able to reach the islands from the departure point of the boat or the port, it takes about 40 minutes to go to the islands. So in total, the whole ride is about 2 hours. That is also a beautiful hotel in the section of Paracas. It's Paracas San Agustin Hotel, highly recommended, by the way. And some hotels, some deluxe hotels also have their own ports, and you are able also to take private tours from those deluxe hotels. But I think the experience with the locals is so much fun. So thank you so much for being here today with me. There is one more image I wanna share, and which is, as always, is this one here. Thank you so much to my supporters of my last event here on YouTube. Annette and Marilyn, thank you so much for supporting via PayPal. It really helps me a lot. If you wish to support, do a donation, if you are able to do that, any amount is highly, highly appreciated. And also, one more here. If you wish to maybe see my other social medias, for example, here you have, well, I'm in all social medias like Adventurous Travel Guide, including here on YouTube, and my email. If you want to send me a question, please, here you can use this one, info@adventuroustravelguide.com. Well, so gracias, and hope you enjoyed this recording. I will be uploading it if you wish to see it, if you were not able to see it in full, so you want to see it later, or share it if you know someone that is coming and wants to know like in what consists. And the fun thing is that every time you go is different. Like you never have the same species, you never have the same animals waiting for you, no? So please come, help contribute with the nature. If you come also to do this tour, don't bring trash, or if you have trash, like keep it in your pocket, don't throw it to the ocean. I've seen people doing that. So we have to keep this place like pristine for these creatures. Well, muchas gracias, and thank you so much. If there's no other question, I'm looking here at the chat if there's any question. But if not, well, hope to see you in a few days for my next event, which is going to be about archaeology. No? So you're all welcome. Bye bye. Have a good day. Thank you. Enjoy. Best to you all also. Ciao. Ciao, amigos.